Wouldn't it be great if you had a way to reset focus and it didn't involve taking medications and it involves something really simple that you could easily do, at least for most people? We're going to talk about green time. Can a walk in the woods or going camping really help symptoms of ADD? You bet it can. Just looking at greenery has profound effects on both the brain and the body. I came across a European study, and it had a really interesting, quirky variable that I really didn't believe till I read the research, and I'm an evidence-based guy. What they found is one simple variable made a really substantial difference in the healing of post-surgical patients. And that was merely having a window where people could look out at a tree. There were significant differences between the tree view patients and the brick wall view patients. It impacted how long they had to stay in the hospital, how much pain medication they used. And it even was reflected in the nurses' notes. Nurses take notes every shift and whatnot. Well, what we found in the nurses' notes is that there were more negatives for the patients that just had a plain building to look at. They know that they were upset and crying or needed much more encouragement. Now, it was really different for those people with a view of a tree. They were reported as being in good spirits and moving well. Patients with a nature view window received less in the way of narcotic analgesics in the 2 to 5 days after surgery. So this impacted not just their mental view, but their physiology as well. So what we have is something that impacts both the mind and the body. So, does it work for the person with ADD in terms of regulation of focus? You bet it does. There have been a couple of researchers, Francis Kua and Andrea Faber-Taylor at the University of Illinois, who have been studying and publishing in this area since 2001. And it has profound implications for both you and your kids. So, how does it all work? Well, the theory is you struggle to maintain attention. And the dilemma for the person with ADD is they pay attention to too many things. But this happens when you concentrate on a task like writing or doing computations. The neurotransmitters in the prefrontal cortex, and that's right here, get depleted. If you struggle for too long without a break, you experience a condition called attention fatigue. And yes, breaks actually help you focus better, but you can get more bang for the buck if you go outside and look at a tree. You need that system to replenish itself, and the natural environment seems to do that. If you're enjoying this presentation, I'd really appreciate you share your experiences in the comments. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. Now, ADD folks, they pay attention to a lot of things simultaneously. And I think that they are particularly prone to attention fatigue. But that positive effect can reduce symptoms. Well, how long does it take? Well, Andrea Faber-Taylor notes that 2 hours of outdoor play can get you as many of days of good behavior from your kids. We can say that as little as 20 minutes of outdoor exposure to open green space can maybe buy you a couple of hours with your child that will help them get their homework done. So they are replenishing attention. They are able to regulate focus better. But the other thing about kids is they have energy to burn. They need to burn it off. And there's nothing that does that running around outside doesn't do. So how can we bring it into our own day? Well, with the pandemic, many of us are working from home. I hear it day in, day out. I go from Zoom call to Zoom call, and I certainly do during my day. I did a video, which I'll include at the end, on Zoom fatigue, and I talk about just the benefit of getting up for 2 or 3 minutes in between Zoom calls. I'm going to revise that. If you can afford longer, say 10 minutes, and you can go outside and have some exposure to greenery, it's going to be a better reset in terms of focus. It's going to be something that really allows you to bring more to your work. Now, I did another video a while back, which I'll also include, called Purposefully Letting Your Mind Wander. It is a step that is a powerful springboard to creativity, and that happens best in a green environment. So this is G.H. Glade for Coaching ADD, and I hope you've enjoyed this. And I thank you for spending the time taking a listen. I would really like to hear your comments about this in the comments section. What is your experience like? Share it, because others are going to benefit from hearing that. And if you like this presentation, give me a thumbs up. And most of all, share it with other people. So until next time, which is Monday, go have a really green day and reset that focus for yourself. Take care, and we'll see you next Monday.